Well, it is all over at Loftus Stadium. Mamelodi Sundowns, Bafana Style 3. The Chili Boys, Chippa United 0. That means Mamelodi Sundowns take all the 3 points as they walk towards taking it for the 8th time in the row. There's so many things that people are talking. Yesterday, after a beautiful game that we saw at Mamelodi Stadium, we're saying maybe. But now Mamelodi Sundowns doing this. And there's no maybe and if or whatever. This is my views, my expressions. Please do subscribe, share, channel. We are here and Sikpatele Okungapatwa Baning. Now, let us move forward. Let us talk about the game that we just witnessed. Mamelodi Sundowns making sure that they sealed it and get all 3 points against Chippa United. Please analyze the game, the first half and the second half. In fact, today, let me just let you do that.
No, wait. Okay. You know why?
Yeah.
Because today you have realized that the plumber has always been right.
In what terms?
The league is gone, Baba. The league went on November. So the league is gone. Today I'm happy that you're agreeing.
Yeah, because I didn't ask the question.
No.
Because I didn't ask you.
When we started, you said, now I can see, no, the league is gone.
Yeah, but yesterday,
no debates anymore.
Yesterday there were so many if. That the league is not still on. If Sundowns today get defeated, if this and
my answer was Sundowns has never lost 3 games in a row in more than 10 years. So what are you saying? That thing will not happen today.
Okay, we can say that at this point they need only 4 points to win the league. Yeah. But they say 3 points because the goal difference.
It's insane. The goal difference is insane. Hence, Sundowns in the final third, they are so clinical because you're looking at even in the scoring charts. Abu Metus, they have 5-6 goals. Top goal scorer for almost. You see, maybe in teams like Mamelodi, but there is no one that has 7 goals. Reynas, Ribeiro, they are just top there. Even in Sundowns, everybody can score. Abu Adams, they can score. Maybe he has 4 or 5 goals now, but he just have 6 months, having not finished to 6 months. You say today, or Marcel. So in Sundowns, anybody can score. Sundowns doesn't have a one starting 11. So which make them the quality. Sometimes have quality, more quality. They are clinical in front of goals. But going to the game.
Yeah.
The game today, for me, magnificent.
Magnificent.
Yeah, very good.
Magnificent.
Yes, very good game. Sundowns approach a game. Very dominant. They approach a game with the 2-3-5. They suffocated Chippa United. First 10 minutes, first 15 minutes, Sundowns was probing, fluid. They were playing, they were using the width and the depth, the way they were passing, the interplay in the middle. They were always trying to break the line. When they arrive on the second line, they were trying to find, with the penetrative passes, the first line of attack. But that didn't work. Why? Because Chippa United, they overloaded the midfield. How? They played the reinforced defense. Using a 5-4-1, which created problems for Sundowns because Sundowns wanted to attack and do the interplay centrally. So what that resulted to players like Hosseils, players like Jaden Adams not be on the ball, but the guys they do on the ball, it was Motiba, no Marcelo Allende, because Mkwena was always having Ukwayiba on him or sometimes Uevanga on him. So sometimes they use after 25 minutes towards 30 minutes after that because there was just a break. I saw Umkwena talking to coach or coach talking to Mkwena. Then they've changed the approach. They've stopped using the penetrative passes in the central channels. Then they started to use the wide overloads. And then when they used the wide overloads, they went to the left, and then they also went to the right, where they says they played them 1-2 with Mtau. So fortunately for Mtau, he was successful, and then he was able to make that square pass. And then it was a goal just like that. And also again, Sundowns continued to do one and the same thing on the left hand side, which resulted into a set piece. And then Umnwabali, he played with fire there. He played with fire. It doesn't show that he's an international. I'm sure he'd be dropped.
It's a very disappointing situation for Mwabwali, because last game he did the same thing, like a ridiculous mistake. Because that, if you remember that goal that they considered against their last game, like this guy take a shot in a very, very tight angle, and it's coming to him, but he chose to go this side and dive. I just didn't know what he was trying to do, but the point is that he's making this mistake consistently now.
Yeah, and then now that tells you about the depth, that there is no depth. If the only one goalkeeper has played more than 18-20 games, and then now you're reluctant to take the other one to the lineup. And you remember that I've spoken about this, I've been vocal about us not having our goalkeepers in the field of play. Other teams has 2 goalkeepers, international goalkeepers. And then when I'm saying those international goalkeepers, they don't suit our style of play or the way we want to play, because till now we are comfortable on the ball. They are all these international goalkeepers not comfortable on the ball. The evidence is when Nobali made those errors when he tried to build up from the back. Ripero nearly profited, I think, on that when he was trying to play the ball from the back. And also Dennis Onyang with that clash with Ulokuz and Craig Martin, which he lost also an opportunity, because they're trying to play. Yes, they're adapting, but come on, can we please give South African goalkeepers a chance also, so that they can play? And then Chippa United, in first half, no cohesion, no telepathy. They were just tactical discipline, especially in the first 20-25 minutes, the way they were managing the spaces. But when Sundowns trade to the wide overloads, and then it's where they started to crack, and then they didn't have answers when they were going to wide overloads, because there were less numbers when they were defending. They couldn't track the late runs to the box. So, and then when he from the transitions for Chippa United, they were so poor, because you can't tell me that now you can't tell me that you see the pass that went from Uevanga towards Kwaiba and Kwaiba towards Uevanga. Just 2 passes, not even 3. Just 2 passes that I give you a ball, then you give the ball back to me. They didn't combine. There was nothing. The only thing that they were doing, they're trying to went to Urutuhan, and then they're trying to play from the second ball. And then you know why they have no telepathy, no communication, because they were always offsides. And the only thing that Chippa United were seeing that, okay, they want something, is when they got maybe the set piece or it's either the long throw-ins. That's where you were only seeing them, okay, that they might do something, but the approach, it was that first half we must go, we must not make sure that we don't concede. And then unfortunately they conceded, and then they started to attack, and then the game was just going to the halftime. Then when they came back from the second half, they've changed the approach. Chippa United stopped playing 5-4-1 down. They played the 4-3-3, and then at the later stage, and then they reverted to 4-2-3-1, because they just went all out attack. Now want to see the coaching, the influence from the bench, and then they've put Montrose on the left, and which was a thorn in the flesh on the Motiba side, which is why they've given Motib Lebusa the man of the match, because he was always catching those balls, because he was always the qualitative superiority of that Montrose was good over Motiba. So the person that was covering it was Lebus. So that's why. But although for me, my man of the match is Atta Sales. His work rate is second to none. He's getting there, he's getting the confidence. You see him when the team is attacking, you see him when the team is defending. So, which was very good. And then so now Chippa United started to use when they're doing a build up. Now we started to build from the back. By the way, Sundowns, the way they were suffocating them in the first half, they didn't allow them to have the ball. Sundowns, the ball recovery, it was maybe less than 5 seconds because they were rest defense was so good, was so super. While the second half, now they decided maybe to lower things down a bit, but you could see that the mentality from Chippa United. They said, no, we have nothing to lose. We already lost. Go and play and go just play your normal game. And then they attacked Ilokuzan Sundowns. So now they used the most of the time. They tried to play the ball from the back, and then they progressed through the midfield, and then they wanted to go on the wides. And then especially on the right, you will always see the crosses, and then on the left, you will always see they use their left winger Ufilanda as their outlets. Hence, he even got my shots on target. So those two players are the ones that they were effective. Beside these ones, Abo Obano or Tet or No Marwan, they didn't affect the game positively. When they got in, the game intensity was too high for them. Hence, they make that mistake. So because that guy, I think Umrachan or something, was playing very well. The left midfielder in the middle of the park as an anchor was playing very well for Chippa United, and then they introduced Uteto. That I've never seen an outside footer. You don't do this. When you are and you never do that thing. That thing is done when you are there in the opposition half. You can't do that thing in the
at home.
Yes, home, and then they Sundowns profited on that. They got the ball. It is a turnover sales, what an assist, and then Masago, and then he got that goal, and then Masago also lost opportunities. And Rebelo also got opportunities, but from 65 minutes, the Sundowns regained a control of the game. When we're looking at Sundowns, they lost the control of the game when they introduced Umkhulis. First minute to 5, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you could see that Marcelo Allende is no longer there because Marcelo Allende is assisting.
They play quite a similar type of football, but you can see the gap between the two. With the
the gap is huge. The gap is huge. Very, very, very huge. So that's why I'm now saying, even if Mkhulisa can go, Sundowns can release him. It's okay. He can add value on other teams. There are other teams that they need him. But then Sundowns, he will never shine. I know. I hate.
I think we'll see Mkhulisa on Sunday, since Marcelo will miss the game on Sunday.
Yeah, maybe we'll see him. But at some point, they should let him go. Because there's, I hate this thing of being a youngster, upcoming for more than 10 years. For more than 10 years, no, man.
I think he'll do better at Kaizer Chiefs. But let's close. Let's close. You come in as a sub, Ribeiro. People have been hungry for you. The race, Golden Boot seems to be amazing. Reyna's just scored, and then we expect you to come and do something. You get an opportunity, and then you do I don't know what do you call it. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was going to talk about that. Lucas Ribeiro, it's a pressure. It's a pressure. He should just relax, because even in the last game now he's going on his third consecutive game. He wants to score at all cost. I think he should go and talk to Shalulile and ask Shalulile how to make it to come back and score. But keep on trying, because what's important for me, if I'm a coach, I'm sitting outside, what I'm happy about is that he's skating into those areas, he's skating those balls, rather than him being frustrated like those after that Mbogazi sack, 4 or 5 games, not able to play, not able to have a pass, not having confidence. Now you can see that he's getting to the right areas, he's getting the balls he wants. Now he's back at himself because he can drive with the ball, he can treble. Just
that he's not scoring.
Yeah, he's not scoring, so he must keep on trying. But man, sometimes trying too much, maybe he should be relaxing a little bit. But the goals will come. If Sales is always on the pitch, one way or another, if they can play 45 minutes together, one way or another, especially on the league games, because league games are okay, they are not that difficult as opposed to the Champions League games.
Yeah. Well, that's just about it, ladies and gentlemen. This is my views, my expressions. Please do subscribe. We are here and from me, we are out of here.
Yeah, asibonga baba. League ehambile.
Okay.